फ्रेंड्स, क्षमा कीजिएगा, मैं हिंदी समझ सकता हूँ लेकिन अच्छी तरह बात नहीं कर सकता हूँ, इसीलिए अंग्रेज में बात करूँगा। लेकिन दिमाग से नहीं, दिल से बात करना चाहता हूँ। First of all, let me congratulate all of you, the finest representatives of the younger generation of this country, celebrating democracy here, looking into the future, finding new friends, getting inspiration, and readying yourselves to make a difference to the country. My heartiest congratulations and thanks to Sri Vishwanath ji and Rahul ji for conceiving this and making this work for years now. It's not merely one day's affair. A remarkable work. My congratulations to all of you. Today is the 161st birth anniversary of Sri Vivekananda Maharaj ji. What was his contribution from our perspective? For the first time, he brought spiritualism to the masses. In our tradition, typically, spiritualism is between the devotee, the bhakt, and the deity, the God. He brought it to the masses. He told us, if millions are starving and hungry and enslaved, how can there be moksha? If we cannot serve the fellow human beings and make a difference to their lives, what kind of spiritualism are we talking about? And his second great contribution is, he built this nation. While this nation has 5,000 years of history and civilization and culture, in the modern era we were fragmented by caste, region, religion, language, all kinds of things. Swamiji gave us a sense of oneness. My appeal to all of you is never forget that. This is an opportunity for us to transcend these primordial loyalties, narrow domestic walls, as Tagore said, the caste, region, religion, language, and political party. We all have the same goals, we all have the same future, and politics is about transforming the future for everybody. True politics is a noble endeavor. As many speakers said before, we love to hate politics and politicians. But true politics is a noble endeavor because true politics is about reconciling conflicting differences, conflicting interests in a complex and diverse society. True politics is about reconciling the limited resources with unlimited wants. Even Bill Gates or Elon Musk cannot say that I have enough money. Nobody has enough money to fulfill their dreams. How do you manage to deal with the future with the limited resources? And most of all, politics is about reconciling today's needs with tomorrow's future. If we eat away into your generation's future for today's gain, we're not being good parents, we're not being a good society. We require short-term individual welfare measures, but we require long-term public good. Both must be balanced. Without that, there is no future. True politics is about, it's not about contesting elections, it's not about who wins and who loses, it's about what they do with our tax money, with our future. And you are learning to be ready for that. My appeal to political parties is, there is so much of rich talent here. Passion, intellect. Most of the parties have become private estates. They become family fiefdoms. If we want to bring this wonderful talent into the political mainstream, it's not enough to give them a call to come in. It's necessary to create conditions that are conducive for the best to rise in public life through ethical and rational means. Internal democracy in political parties. Strong local government so that you can be trained locally, emerge as leaders with credibility and confidence. A system that rewards honesty and competence, not sifarish and dynasty. We have to do a lot to make our parties conducive to young talent coming in. There is a lot of reference to God today. I do not know if there is a God, I must be truthful. Long ago, I have come to the conclusion that my relationship with God is one of mutual non-interference. If God doesn't bother about me, I also don't bother about God. But I believe there is sin. To my mind, there are two great sins. The first is unfulfilled potential. Every child, irrespective of the accident of the womb, where she is born, which caste, which region, which religion, whether parents are educated or not, poor or rich, every child is endowed with innate talent genetically. Nature or God gave that. If we do not allow that child to rise to the level that she is capable of rising with her talent and hard work, then we are doing something deeply wrong. That is sinful. We have that great sin perpetuated in this country every day in every part of the country. Shivrajji quite rightly emphasized the importance of education, but it's not merely free education that we need. We require real education. Much of the education in India is free, but to what effect? 80% of our children are not able to fulfill their potential. The gene pool is getting wasted. Unless educational outcomes improve, unless we make it a national mission to make sure that every child fulfills a potential, we will not, as a nation, fulfill our potential. The second great sin is avoidable suffering. Suffering that's unavoidable, there's nothing we can do. Old age, inevitable death in old age, natural death. These are things we cannot control. But if there is premature death, if there is sickness, if there is pain and suffering that could have been avoided, that is a sin, and we have plenty of it in this country. 5 crore people are becoming poor in India every year, descending into poverty. They were not poor on the 1st of January of the year. By the end of the year, 5 crore people are descending into poverty because of lack of adequate health care. Politics is about transforming lives, not acquiring power. Power must have a purpose, as Mahatma Gandhi said. The first great sin, deadly sin, he said, is politics without principle, power without purpose. I will only make 2 more points briefly. Please protect your future. I mentioned to you the long-term and the short-term reconciliation. There's always a temptation to eat into your future for our current consumption. Unless the future is protected, we promote growth, infrastructure, investment, and opportunity for you. We are only going to indebt you. You're going to have mountains of debt. Your tax money is only going to take care of the debts we have incurred unfairly, unjustly. It seriously affects intergenerational equity. Pay attention to politics, because what politicians do, what governments do, it shapes your future. Finally, be optimistic. You live in a fantastic age. Yes, there are many challenges. But this is the best of all possible ages. Never before in human history have we had the opportunity, the resources, and the technology, and the experience to fulfill all human potential and eliminate all avoidable suffering. Rejoice in that. Make wonderful lives for yourselves personally. You do not owe any apology to anybody for living a good life honestly. But remember, individual growth and collective good must go together. I wish you all the very best. Congratulations, and thank you very much.